Hey everyone, Derek here from WayScript. In this one, we have an exciting new code integration that I want to show you how to use today. We've introduced Java programming to the platform. Let's get started seeing how we can use it in our WayScript programs. Starting out, as always, we'll go to wayscript.com. Once here, we need to create a new script. We'll call this one Java Tutorial and click Create. There's a couple of key features that I would like to teach you in this tutorial. The first of those is how to read in a variable into Java. So what we'll do is create a new variable using the create var module, and let's create two. We'll have a sample text, so we'll leave that one, and then let's create a number as new var 2. Once we have those, we'll click on add step, and then we'll search for Java. When we have Java selected in our script, we're given access to a code editor over here on the left. We'll click on Edit Code. Inside this code editor, we already have some Java written that you can use in your own script. A few things to note here is that our public class main will be what executes whenever we run this Java module. Inside of this class, we already have a default method that we can use. In this example, I want to show you how we can read in a variable from a previous step into our Java. So what we can do is, if we want to read in our string value, we can say string of this variable that we're creating in our Java program. We can denote that we want it as a string type, and then we need to access the WayScript map. So to get that, we'll go wayscript.variables, and then we'll say get, and then whatever we titled that previous variable in the last step. We called that new var. So we'll use that here. Now if we were to use system out and then print the line of our new Java variable, we should get back that same variable that we created in the last step. We see that I forgot my semicolons, and then we'll run the code again. Once we have the string variable pulled in, we can do any kind of alterations that we want to it. So if we wanted to concatenate something to it, we could. If we were to run this again, we now should have a new variable value of sample text with an exclamation point, which we do. This is how we'll read in variables using the Java module. We can do the same thing with that number that we created in the previous step too. This time, since we're working with a number, let's say double, and this will be var2 in Java, and this will just be a double. We'll use the same wayscript.variables.get, and then we'll pass that name that we titled it within WayScript. Now we can say to print this to our log, so system.out.println, and then we'll pass in our Java variable. Once we have all that typed out and we run our code, we see that we pulled in that second variable that we created. WayScript passes these in as class objects. So anything that you can apply to a class object, you can apply to these values. Once you have these read in, you can use them the same as you would any other Java variable. Once you've done whatever you want to these variables, let's write them back to WayScript. To do that, we'll use this default line that was already provided to us. We can title it whatever we want. So let's say first Java output, and then we'll pass the value of the variable of var that we created here. So we'll pass that, and then let's copy this and paste it below. Then we'll say second Java output will be equal to that second variable that we created, so var2. Now when we run this code, these two values should appear down here in the bottom left, which we see that they do. WayScript provides several dependencies that are already installed, so you don't need to worry about installing those. But if you have a dependency that isn't installed, you can include it in the dependencies selection on the left. Additionally, if you want to reference classes from other Java files, you can create a second file on the left. You could create your class here and then call it from your main.java file. And it's as simple as that to start working with Java on WayScript. Once you're done editing your code, you can check out the numerous packages that we have to integrate Java with. Also with WayScript, you can trigger your executions to occur on certain events. What we can do is go up under the search packages and select triggers. Each of these triggers can be used to execute your script whenever some type of event occurs. So for example, if we wanted to run the script every day, we could drag in a time trigger. I hope you see how limitless the possibilities are whenever there's plenty of integrations provided, and if there isn't one, you can code it yourself. The WayScript team is very excited to see what you all build with the new Java integration. If you have any questions or comments, as always, please let us know and we'll get back to you. Until next time.